So let's take, for example, this notebook right here, ANA 6002. This is a unit that I created. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. So you'll see here you're introduced to 3 windows here. We have sources on the left, we have chat in the center, and we have studio on the right. Sources on the left are sources that I have uploaded. So I took all of my lectures from that unit and added them into sources. I think one of the great things about NotebookLM is the variety of sources that you can upload. You can upload Google Docs slides, you can upload websites, you can upload YouTube videos, you can do plain text files, PDFs, whatever it may be. I took all of my PowerPoints, converted them to PDFs, and then uploaded them into NotebookLM. Once it analyzed those sources, it gave me a brief summary about what this notebook is about. And then the chat now has a few helpful starting conversations or starting points to ask it. Again, think about this as a research assistant or a research expert. So in other words, I can ask it questions and it's going to answer whatever questions I have based off the source material. So ChatGPT, right, it's going to use this knowledge base. It's going to use the internet to answer questions that you have about it. NotebookLM can only answer questions from the information that you uploaded. So let's say this is obviously an anatomy course. If I asked it a question about mathematics, right, it's not going to be able to answer that because there's no sources that include math on here. And so I had to be really specific about the questions that I ask. This obviously is going to be really beneficial for students, right? Because let's say that they upload some material, they can start asking questions to find out more information or whatever it may be. From our perspective, from a research and scholarship perspective, I can upload research articles. Maybe there's an area of research that I'm interested in investigating. I upload those as source material and I can start asking questions maybe about the methods, maybe about, the results. I can start to identify trends, right? I can ask it to identify trends. Maybe I can ask it to identify gaps in the literature or whatnot. And so I can really use this as a powerful tool when I'm reviewing the literature, right? And I'm starting to develop my own methodology or my own purpose and hypothesis or research questions, right, for whatever scholarship I'm pursuing. From a classroom perspective, I think we're going to spend a lot more time in the studio aspect over here. So that's on the right-hand side. And what I'm going to do so it's a little bit easier for you to see is I'm going to zoom in here. So we're greeted with sort of 4 tiles, okay? Audio overview, video overview, mind map, and reports. Just to make sure that this is as brief as possible, if you were to ask me what are the things that I use the most, it would be audio overviews, briefing docs, and FAQs. So audio overviews is a podcast. It takes the content that you've uploaded and creates a podcast. I love doing this for research articles. Let's say I'm always behind in research articles and I just need to get, a quick update or a quick understanding, throw them in there and I can ask it to create a podcast and give me a fantastic summary of the research articles and the findings in there. From a teaching perspective, what I'd like to do is I'd like to upload the material, I like to upload my PowerPoints, and then I click this generate podcast. And I can even customize the length and I can customize the audience and whatnot. And I generate a podcast and then I include that in my Canvas courses. I do that because it gives students a different means, right, to listen and engage with the material. A lot of times the material that we have students, work through outside of class is on a computer or at a desk, right? By creating podcasts, it allows the students now to consume the material not at a desk. Maybe they're driving, maybe they're grocery shopping, maybe they're doing chores, maybe they're working out, or they're going for a walk, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't have to sit at a computer, I don't need my computer to engage in the content, I just throw on my headphones and listen to the podcast. I'm not replacing any material. It's not like I'm not lecturing at them anymore. It's not like I'm not providing PowerPoints anymore. I'm still doing all of that. It's just an addition, a bonus, a supplement.
Thank you for watching. Please email oit@pointloma.edu with any further questions.